Hey, we're back. Fox 10 Talks on a Saturday. Me and Trenton, Michael Obi back there, coming off Halloween. You got a sugar rush going on?
A little bit. Running on adrenaline and toddler screams.
Your toddler was so cute in her firefighter outfit, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Going out. It's still at that age, but I told my wife last night as we're going out, because my daughter's almost 4 in January. I just said it's going to get worse and worse and worse as the years go by.
Meaning the days of
okay, we've done a block or two.
Oh, I see.
Everything's great. It's no. This is just the beginning.
Daddy, I want to go to that house. I want to go to that.
Yeah. Why are we going home? What are you doing? Keep going.
It's a good point that she brings up, because the candy options are pretty limitless there. And why should I stop getting free candy, Dad?
Exactly.
Just because you're tired and old.
Right. I know, and that's the thing. Old is it's getting worse and worse. The thing I thought was interesting, though, I mean, maybe this is just my old man take.
Here we go.
But the fact of
get off my lawn.
Yeah, a little bit. There were so many kids that were way too old from the limit. I know when I was younger, of I don't want mom and dad taking me. I think once you get 12, 13, especially past 12, I think that's when you're I need to go out by myself. But I saw kids that were easily in high school, and mom and dad were taking them. Yeah.
Ooh, weigh in on that on YouTube, people. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
I didn't hear any special circumstances or anything, which you would kind of warn. I mean, the kids were talking with their parents and kind of even trying to get around my toddler to jump in, and I'm
not cool.
What's going on here?
That's a good point. And
very odd.
When the kid doesn't want the parent to take them to school anymore or be seen, isn't that kind of then all of a sudden now they want to be included in the Halloween thing to get free?
Exactly.
Well, they just want free candy, or they want to dress
up? I guess maybe that, but they didn't have the friends to do, or at least friends that weren't virtual to go in.
Chocolate prices are just insane.
It's the tariffs. It's the tariffs, right, man?
Yeah. Good point, Michael.
Right. Well, I think it also kind of fits in with the kids that's not being eager to go and get their licenses anymore, driver's licenses. That's kind of crazy.
There's a million takes on this, right?
So many. But last night, I was just shocked by that. And the parents, I think they're ultimately the ones a little responsible with hey, no, you're old enough. Go out and have fun. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Don't end up in jail, Call me if you need anything.
Did you also hand out candy?
Well, so to get around that, just because I remember growing up too, my folks, it was my dad went with me to walk the streets. My mom was I'm staying home and handing out candy. And it was a whole thing instead of both parents going out. Get around that. I mean, we just put the bowl out since COVID. It's easier that way. With a sign, take 2, it's whatever.
Okay.
We run out of candy, but we came back and no, it was still pretty full.
Interesting. So there were no hooligans taking all of it.
No hooligans. I didn't see any on the surveillance cam, but other thing too is I think kids are a little, it's a little more helicopter parent to we've got to take our kids to the event that's going on than, walking the neighborhoods. Maybe I'm wrong, and, that's just the West Valley kind of thing, but that's at least what we were encountering.
So right after I got off work, I got home, and I tried to fit in a little bike ride, trying to fit into
as
these.
You can tell.
Trying to fit into these pants.
Not happening here. Right.
So I went down a street that is well known for, they block off the streets so that kids and cars aren't meeting along the way. And it's really kind of cool. But it's one of those that I assume invites kids from other neighborhoods there, which is a nice thing to do. Michael, help me out here if you think do you think it's cool to go to a completely different neighborhood to trick or treat?
That's a good question.
And it didn't seem to be a problem, but clearly people were driving to go into this neighborhood, a more affluent neighborhood. Not where I live. I ride my bike there, but kind of cool if that is how it's known to be.
Right. I think
all
you're
are
trying
welcome.
to get full candy bars, the big size Airheads. Right. It's not the fun size stuff. Right. I mean, what do you get? They're kids.
And I think all bets are off for Halloween. I mean, come on, that's the
you
got
to look at your door knock candy bar size ratio. How is this paying off? I need an investment here, return of investment. If I knock on 10 doors and I get the fun size, versus that's 5 door knocks at the other neighborhood for full size. You know,
Right.
and you only have so many daylight hours. You can get those door knocks in. You got to think about how you're spending your time wisely. Is what I'm getting at.
Well, the other thing too is when I was a kid and you handed out the crap candy, that'd be the house that would get TP'd or egged.
Oh,
Now we've gone away from all that as it's not as sure.
would
as,
that happen that night or the next night?
It would happen within I think the
Pretty
night
quickly.
or two.
That's
right,
the house.
right. Probably that night, especially if it was like really egregious, like you wanted to give out
the peeps.
Yeah,
Are they
Peeps,
is that
well,
Christmas? Is that
no? Yeah,
What's
Easter.
the
This is
objectionable
Easter.
candy? Almond
I think
Joy?
it's or Milk Duds, Dots. That was bad.
Okay.
You know, like the cheapo candy, where it'd be like the Smarties. But I think more the egregious part was like, okay, we want to give out healthy options. Like, here's a bag of carrots or a bag of celery. Lady, I don't want your freaking freezer. Like, what's going on here? Just because you're on a health kick.
Speaking of egregious, I met a couple of buddies out for a beer last night in Scottsdale, Old Town-ish. We were where the older folks go.
The old part of Old
Town.
Okay.
And there were some cool costumes out there. Coolest one I saw, Freddie Mercury. This guy, I mean, think about the cost is negligible.
Yeah.
A wife beater shirt, little belt with some rhinestones on it, tennis shoes, sunglasses, and he slicked his hair back, and everybody wanted a picture with him.
How tight were the jeans? That's
big time,
Freddie Mercury.
big time tight.
Yeah.
Big time tight.
Okay,
But there was a photo op place, and everybody wanted to take a picture of this guy, and every time he was like giving the Freddie Mercury. It was awesome. I thought, what a brilliant move.
Genius.
But
and
egregious in that the costumes, man, you know, anything goes in Old Town Scottsdale on Halloween night. You can do whatever you want.
Well, I think we talked about it before, but Old Town Scottsdale has replaced really Vegas, I think, this year as the #1 bachelorette destination.
Wow.
No holds barred and
Over
anything
Nashville,
goes.
even?
So this study said,
Well, I guess you still could dress
country.
country in Scottsdale, which I think is the #1 bachelorette party.
And you can be a
rule.
little rock and roll if you want to.
True.
Yeah.
Well, so as the old guys are leaving the bar, we're walking by. Right across the street is where they have blocked off the streets, and the 20-somethings hang out. And we're like, oh, we need to walk through there.
Right.
Just at least see it for our own eyes. And it was quite the scene. And that was maybe 10:30. And it was like, oh, yeah.
Man,
that's the real
I can
deal.
only imagine after 10:30 how that goes down.
Why was I born too early?
Andrew Freeman in the chat said, what is the age limit for trick-or-treating? Are we just saying like teenagers? I mean, don't you have to buy adult costumes out of trick-or-treating?
Yeah, I think into high school, I think that's a little too much. You turn 15, like, it's kind of the cutoff.
And they're walking with their parents, like.
Yeah, that was a concerning part. It wasn't like a group of friends where, like, hey, one parent gets designated. Like, I can get that for some safety things going out. But no, it was 1 or 2 parents with 1 child going out.
What do you do if a pack of teenagers shows up at your door? If you're there, if you were there,
I mean,
you give them
I don't think I'm going to go full Larry David and criticize them and say, what are you doing? But at the same time, there might be a little bit of a stink eye and like, here's one. All right, get a life.
Okay,
might go that way.
Would you start like giving them some advice?
Some life advice?
Yeah,
I would tell them to go to Old Town Scottsdale. Maybe Freddie Mercury is more the costuming next year.
There you go. Okay,
that's a thought.
What a night.
But I think adolescents go do something fun.
I think if your parents trust you to cross the street by yourself, then you're
good
out of collecting candy for free.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point.
Okay, good point. There's some times in life and barriers in life, some new chapters in life that we all have to face.
Right.
We all have to face, and so maybe your days of getting free candy are over. I don't know. It's not for me to say.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I want to talk about, because the World Series was going on last night. I don't know if you caught any of that game. But really interesting. I mean, always Halloween games. I think they're always fun for the World Series. I mean, they're kind of like perfect as they're going on. But the Dodgers, the Blue Jays going at it. And this whole series, I think, has been incredibly well matched up, like both the teams.
Sure.
And when we had that game earlier in the week, I think it was Tuesday that went, that was Monday's game that went 18 innings.
Crazy.
Just wild. I mean, East Coast time, they're going till like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Which is Toronto, is it right?
Right,
Toronto's
exactly. And I know I saw some of my friends that work in TV news on the East Coast, like news has to go on still doing the recap. And they were there just like looking so haggard. But the game last night going into the 9th inning and really they're 1 out and 2 on base, could end it. It's the end of it. And I believe it was Jimenez went up, hit a fly ball, caught, double out after that.
Double out.
Yeah. And that end of game.
That
and got one more and whoop, game 7. George Springer was up next and would have easily.
And that was right after what would have been at least 1 run scored. I think that guy would have been on third if the ball didn't perfectly
go
into the wall. But I will say Blue Jays, one of only 2 teams, I believe, to win a walk-off Game 7 home run. Joe Carter, 92, I want to say. I think Bill Mazeroski for the Pirates did in like the 60s. So they have a history of winning it in Game 7.
Okay. Okay. Will history repeat itself? And then there's the whole, don't get me, I mean, the payroll differences between these teams.
Right. That's a good point.
I mean, was it, somebody told me 1 to 8? I don't know if that's accurate, but like, crazy difference. And
the haves and the have-nots for sure.
And
it's not even counting the deferred money for Ohtani because he's only making like $2 million a year right now, I think.
Sorry, Trenton makes that.
Yeah, easily. I mean. That's right. That's my non-deductible part.
That's why he goes to your house for candy, Brian.
Right. Yes. Which the address is
555. Yeah.
Yes, but no, it is fascinating, and I think too, just what their routines are like in between these games with the haves and the have-nots. Like in the Blue Jays, it's probably just, all right, back to the hotel, like try to get some sleep. But just each one of these players and the cult of personality that they are on the Dodgers, like the amount of money that they're spending just to try to get that little edge too. Do
you think Ohtani sleeps in just a regular hotel room?
No, it's probably just like his actual bed rolled out, and completely in a right air-conditioned suite.
And the Blue Jays are doubling up.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you get your buffet voucher, folks.
Free breakfast.
Right. It's going to be the water scrambled eggs. Yeah.
To be fair, Ohtani's amazing. They got to do whatever they got to do. He's going to pitch and hit tonight.
Is he? That's
amazing.
I mean, it's going to be all hell breaking loose tonight.
Yeah, it's got to be crazy.
We just talked for 13 minutes
about
we did somehow. Halloween and baseball?
Yeah, just Old Men Hour. It's coming up.
The Bro Show.
Great. Yeah, well, we've got some more wonderful, salacious words and...
Ten.
Hey, welcome back, Fox 10 Talks. Hans Peterson joining us.
Hey.
Our
what's up?
movie aficionado, but also all things
How does he do
interesting culture.
How does he do his job, have a life?
That's the
watch
thing.
movies?
Hans was actually coming in late today, which I really respect this, because he was doing his job.
This is true.
Whoa.
I think the only person to do that. It's
I hope
pretty awesome.
Fox 10 is paying your ticket stuff,
I
right?
hope so too.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
It's a 10:30 a.m. screening. Yeah.
Is it a write-off at least? Whatever that
well,
means.
That's true.
Should be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. We definitely have some pockets to shake, that's for sure. Somewhere. Somehow.
You got something good for us?
Yeah, sure,
What do you
sure.
got? What do you got? What do you got?
Begonia.
Yeah. So
Begonia.
I saw a trailer to this. Just on the trailer alone, I was pretty unnerved by it. Where I was like, "Ooh, what is that?" Like, it's kind of a technocracy showing like something's going on with this company and moving here or whatever. And I was like, "Huh, that looks." It was kind of dark and how they did it, but blow us away.
Well,
with, what it was.
no, I can't. I mean, I'll say this: it's great art is supposed to change the way we see the world or the way we experience life, and this one definitely did that for me. I mean, it definitely changed.
I love that with movies like that, where you're just like, "Whoa." Like that was intense and kind of shifted my perspective.
Like I've been thinking wrong about life my whole time here on Earth.
A little bit, yeah, yeah. It's two fairly deranged men, Crazy Teddy and eager to please Don. They kidnap Michelle, who's the savvy CEO
Is this about me and
of a big
Trenton?
company. No, definitely
They
not.
finally did it. They finally did it.
Okay, sorry.
It's a massive company called Axolith, which is vaguely reminiscent of Amazon. And these two are convinced she's an alien. And we're left wondering how she's going to escape her cruel captors. And the movie definitely taps into the powerlessness we may feel in the face of corporate control.
Emma Stone is crushing it, man.
Man,
Good
Such a
Lord.
great actress, and they believe their conspiracy that she's an alien so deeply that especially Teddy, who lives in an echo chamber of conspiracy theories, that we start to identify him and we start wondering, well, is she an alien, or what kind of movie is this I'm watching? Is this a drama?
Right.
Jesse Owens, he's so good. Yeah,
he is. Jesse Plemons does a great job as Teddy, and so it taps into our ability to suspend disbelief as an audience. I think.
So they work for the company. They think she, as CEO, is an
they
alien.
have this crazy idea that she's
Take
an
her
alien,
captive.
and we're left wondering how is she going to escape her captors. Yeah, but it also creates, it sort of taps into our ability to suspend disbelief when we as an audience watch the movie, and sort of creates a parallel with the public's ability to suspend critical thinking when it comes to believing these conspiracy theories. So we start wondering, what kind of movie is this? What kind of conspiracy is this? Conspiracy theory real? Is it not? And
why do you think they went with Alien versus an AI bot at this time? When AI bot seems like it's right around the corner. Aliens may be already here. I don't know. I've had my questions about a few of our coworkers.
Sure.
But
you've even touched some of our coworkers, going, "Are you human?" Slightly inappropriate.
You didn't answer that like a
It was
human
with my
would.
permission.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
he always gets consent.
Who would be? Can we name names? Who,
We
if
have
anybody
to.
was an alien in our newsroom, who'd that be?
But we're not
great
allowed
question.
to say, right? I mean,
Okay, we
Well,
don't want to out anybody that.
Okay.
John
There's-
Davidson.
Yes, for
There
sure.
you go.
He's a
There
machine,
you go.
not a man.
But
Okay,
yeah,
so
this is definitely one to see in the theater. Don't wait for it to be streaming at home.
Really?
Because of spoilers. Yeah.
Is
Too many
Emma
spoilers out there already, so just see it
Okay.
in the theater if you can.
back to Emma. Is she like Meryl Streep
amazing.
level?
I know,
I mean,
right?
she's getting close, right?
And our own Valley native, of course.
Exactly.
For Valley Youth Theater.
Didn't she right down the street, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And this was Yorgos
amazing in this.
Lanthimos,
Yes,
right? He's
Yorgos
been
Lanthimos.
putting her. I mean,
He loves
she
her.
seems to be his muse.
Muse,
at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, he always, boy, I'd like to know what kind of childhood he had. I mean, like where did his different view on life come from? I mean, speaking as like, whoa, like he just takes a completely 180 degree on everything about life, right?
Yeah.
That's where these movies come from.
Yeah. Especially in this
Okay.
one. Yeah.
So you can't tell us whether she's an alien or not?
Oh no! I mean, we're left wondering if she's this savvy woman who's going to outsmart her captors and avoid the cruelty that's inflicted on her. I'll say that much.
Oh.
I don't want to
Okay.
say more than that.
Well, I did see it looked like she plugged into something there on the.
I don't remember that scene, to be honest.
It went
but-
like that when we were just showing it. It looked like she had something going into her neck or something.
Yeah, well, I know she's captive because she's being held.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not
so they've got,
necessarily-
like a homemade contraption holding her captive
that's
in their
not
basement.
nice.
No, they're
Even if
cruel.
it is an
They're
alien.
cruel. They torture her. It's horrible.
I would say if an alien gets all the way here, we should at least try to be nice at first. Wouldn't you
Have
think?
the torture
later
before we talk. Right.
But you go torture first or talk first?
Well,
you're always about
sometimes
conversation.
You got to.
We should have Avi Loeb on to discuss what we should do. We have some questions for him now because some facts have come out, anyways.
Well, we might have alternative facts as we sometimes do, but yeah.
Are there even facts anymore? I don't even.
It's true. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
But I love the social commentary there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a must-see, huh?
It really, I would say it is. Yeah. I mean, I think it's got like 86% critics Rotten Tomatoes rating. I'm surprised it's not in the 90s, but
I keep going back to Emma, but I mean, on a level of being an actor, man, if you can find a good director and link up with them. I'm thinking of Brad Pitt, David Fincher, kind of Fight Club and Seven and whatever else they did together. I mean, or what's his name? Pulp Fiction guy. You know.
Yeah, Tarantino.
You know, if you can latch onto those guys, they make your career.
Right.
Hal McLaughlin, David Lynch.
There you go. Yeah.
It is really magic when that happens.
Good for her.
Well, this is magical, I'd say.
Wow. Do you eat popcorn if you go early in the day? Do you eat popcorn at all? You don't do popcorn at all?
You know, it just gets in my teeth too much.
Yeah.
Once in a blue moon, though, I'll do it.
Would you eat anything?
Yeah, candy. A
Little
bit of candy. Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's been Halloween.
What's your favorite candy?
Oh, geez.
Movie theater candy.
Gosh, that's a tough one. I gotta circle back around on that one.
So
M&Ms.
When you're in the movie theater and you hear eaters that say are certainly taking you out of the movie, how do you handle that? Like, I think of the candy with like the box where somebody is rattling it, or just the drinks like slurping it.
Right.
What do you do in that situation?
Drives me crazy.
Do you give them the stink eye?
You have to move. That's when I move.
Okay, you gotta move.
Luckily, I still remember seeing Titanic 27 years ago, and the guy behind me kept kicking the back of my seat. And here it is 27 years later, and I'm still thinking about it.
Do you give him the half shoulder?
Do you look up?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you start off with the half and then you move to a full stand up and
only I think it's got to be a jerky half turn, like just to kind of
assertive.
Yes.
Well, that's
I feel so seen right now because I like red vines and I purposely open it before the movie starts because it feels so bad.
Considerate guy, right?
In the first act, ripping it open, but I'm, if I forget, like I'm still going to open it, but
exactly.
I try to, and I always think like I'm just being paranoid, but now I feel seen. Thank you.
We just did a whole Seinfeld, Larry.
Oh yeah, no. Well, also like with the assigned seating too that we have now, which wasn't a thing, obviously when we were growing up. But you've got a ticket for that seat. Are you the kind of person that's like, okay, if most of the row's empty, somebody has an assigned seat next to you, and it's just you two? Do you give yourself a little space to be considerate with that person, or are you like, I'm in my assigned seat, I'm sitting here?
You're saying move if it's
there's
space.
Well, it's a crime if there is 3 people in the theater, you don't know each other. If you look on an assigned seat and you pick the one right next to somebody, and there's a whole row open, I think you are the problem, and I will have no problem moving. Like, I've got the seat first. Give me at least one in between. It's the urinal rule. I say. It's like electrons in the outer ring of an
comfortable
atom.
distance.
You always separate by one, and then you backfill if the theater's full.
Well, so in another scenario, most of the row is full, but you've got a little space in between the person next to you, and let's say you give them that appropriate space, but then somebody else comes in and goes, "That's my assigned spot." Do you just go back to your seat? It's a little awkward.
Have to, right?
Yeah, I would think so too. Yeah. I guess it gets a little tricky where like you're trying to get a better spot, but then that person comes in and you gave up your spot.
And all of this adds to the whole thing of why people complain about theater.
Right.
Yeah. They just wait till it comes out at their house where they can kick the person next to them and sorry, honey.
I will say the kind woman at Harkins, when I bought my ticket and just chose a seat randomly in the front, she did say, "Oh, that is next to someone. Would you still like to sit there or somewhere else?" And I'm like, "Thank you for telling me. I didn't even know."
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not like, "Who is this person?"
So I'm not sitting there.
I think it's got to start off with at least some harsh looks, then the body movement, and then like, "Are you kidding me?" That's kind of where it escalates, especially with like cell phones too. I think that's been such a killer.
Have you ever gotten up and moved?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And just gone like, what are we doing here?
I remember.
Go ahead, Brian.
I just remember being an idiot teenager, being in the theater. I want to say it was Pee-wee's Big Adventure or something.
Of course it was.
And I was with 4 friends. A couple of them were even more obnoxious than me. It's just laughing just beyond the pale of decency. And some guy he had enough. And he stood up, told us to shut up, and he was nobody you wanted to fool with.
Right.
This guy was ginormous. And
he's the guy that was there to actually want to see the basement in the Alamo.
He did.
Marge's brother.
Right, right. Yes. So I've been on the other end of that, too. Like, oh, okay. Looking back, he should have said what he said probably many scenes earlier.
Right.
He's like, what do you think this is? Ernest Goes to Camp?
That's the double feature.
About 5 years ago, I was in a movie theater. The most egregious error I've ever seen. A guy got a phone call already. Your phone's on. You're the problem. Answered the phone call. His car was ready at the dealership.
Nice.
Had a full conversation. And then I watched another person walk down to him and tell him to hang up the phone. It was like it was amazing how unaware this person was.
Whoa.
That's it. It's the awareness part. And I think too, like as being a parent myself, like I wouldn't take my child to the movie unless they were ready to go see the movie.
Yeah.
And it depends on the movie too that you're seeing. But just seeing the parents that are like, no, I'm going to see that movie and I don't care who else has to suffer. And the kid too. Like, why do they want to go see, like the hardcore slasher movie? And you're like, what are you doing?
My parent would have dragged me out of there, I think, if I had started acting up
shame
as a child.
Right,
you don't do that.
No, wouldn't have happened.
Do you think the situation like Michael, like that's whoever invented Netflix or just like that's where it started? Like some guys like, this makes no sense. We have to do something. We have to make TVs giant. We need to make these movies come right to the house. This is crazy.
Just one old guy too far pushed him over the edge. One car dealership call.
But I think that's part of the beauty of the theater, though, is you have to put your phone away. If I'm watching a movie at home, like I'm on my phone a quarter of the time, half the time, whatever it is. At a movie theater, you have to just put it all away, shovel popcorn in your mouth, and get into the experience.
I agree.
It makes it so much better.
It's immersive, yeah.
That's why Michael is here to take the
bring us right back down,
right down to earth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
Yeah. Hans, anything else? Anything else in theaters?
Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, let's hit it.
36. Oh, geez. Baltimoreans, real fast. It's actually it's on streaming. Directed by Jay Duplass. It's just a quirky, charming film. An improv comedian who's newly sober is dealing with emotional trouble. Ends up breaking a tooth on Christmas Eve, so he rushes to the office of the only dentist that's open on Christmas Eve. And what happens next is just a series of twists and turns in Baltimore, where they wind up bonding, and the comedian and the dentist, form a bit of a relationship.
Wow.
And they would have called it The Wire, but
exactly. Season 6 of The Wire.
That's
the
cute.
dentist.
Very entertaining.
Wow.
Definitely
Thanks,
worth
Hans.
watching.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for hanging with us this Saturday. Yeah,
All
we're
right.
back tomorrow, baby.
See you then.
And only one.